Hi everyone, it's Sue. Today for this extra special video, I stand before you as a proud Canadian woman, loyal to the red and white, and to the Tim Horton franchise, and to the golden maple syrup that courses through my veins, which is probably not good considering I'm keto, but anyway. Oh, I know as a Canadian we've had to endure some harsh hardships. From the Arctic Canadian winters to the unpredictable seasons of spring, fall, and summer. From the flocks of tourists that have invaded our country just to catch a glimpse at some of our national treasures. Oh, those were hardships indeed. But here in Ontario, a small group of us huddled in comfort in the center of this great country have endured an even greater hardship. Those of you with small children, they may want to leave the room, and if you're faint of heart, please avert your eyes for the following statement. Here in Ontario in the last several weeks, we have been in lockdown 2.0. That's right, because of the pandemic here in Ontario, we are not allowed to buy anything in person that is not considered an essential item, which means no craft supplies from the Dollar Tree. I know. It's horrifying, and hopefully this too shall pass. But a small group of us have banded together, and with the strength of the Rocky Mountains, we will endure. So we have created this open collaboration called We Are in Lockdown 2.0, where we have challenged ourselves to shop only in the essential items aisles at the dollar stores, which would be automotive, kitchen, pet supplies, and gardening, to find supplies to bring to you breathtaking DIY projects. So if you are ready to see what we came up with, let's get started. So this amazing We're in Lockdown open collaboration is hosted by Lisa and Company, DIYs at Schwowin's Nest, Domestic Diva, and Simple Yet Chic. So please, in the description box below, check out the links to their channels. They are awesome Ontario creators. So the main theme for this challenge was that we could not use regular craft items, only what we could currently buy at the dollar store, which was mostly in the automotive, gardening, kitchen, or pet supply department, so that was a little bit tricky. Now it is funny what's considered essential items sometimes, because in the gardening section at my local Dollar Tree, I was able to pick up this cute metal sign with the yellow flower on it, and also this little galvanized home sign. Who knows what's considered essential, but I was pretty excited to find these bamboo cutting boards. We really don't normally have these in our Dollar Tree, and these wooden utensils from the kitchen center, as well as this burner cover. And I used my handy dandy chalk paint that I already had on hand and this antiquing wax. So these bamboo cutting boards are solid wood, but I wanted to darken it up a little bit, so I used my antiquing wax and put a couple of coats on it and rubbed it off just to darken it up a little bit. Once that was dry, I took my metal sign and some pliers and just removed the welcome portion to the flower sign. Next, I took my white Rustoleum chalk paint and a foam brush as well as a little tiny detail brush to completely cover this metal flower with a couple of coats. When that was completely dry, I took a very tiny bit of the antiquing wax again and a prickly, bristly brush and just put some distressing all over the flower. Now to show you how the antiquing wax darkened up my bamboo board just a little bit, and I was quite happy with the shade. So the lettering on the welcome portion of the sign kind of reminded me of a stencil, so I thought, why not? Let's try to use it. But it was metal and it was hard to get the hanger off, but I thought, oh, I'll just try it anyway. So I used some masking tape, which I also could get in the automotive section, and taped it down, and then I used my white chalk paint again in the same bristly brush to try to paint in the words welcome on top of my sign. When I removed my makeshift stencil, it turned out pretty good. I ended up putting an extra bit of white paint on there and going around it with a Sharpie black marker just to make it pop a little bit. Then I took my Gorilla hot glue, and you might want to use some E6000 as well just to make sure it's really secure, and I glued the flower onto the sign. So this next project was so easy I could hardly consider it a DIY, but I have this burner cover that matches the backsplash that I got from the Dollar Tree a while ago for my kitchen, and this galvanized home sign, and I just cut off the jute twine hanger to repurpose for the hanger for this project. Now again, I used my Gorilla hot glue, but you might want some E6000 on here as well, and I just glued this little galvanized sign to the top of the burner cover. I thought about using some antiquing wax on the wooden fork and spoon, but I kind of liked the light wood and it matched the home sign, so I just used as is some more glue and put it across the roof of the home sign. And voila, it was pretty much done, a cute kitchen sign. But I thought I'd jazz it up just a little bit more, and I actually had a magnetized messy bow that I had made in a previous project, which I will link above. And since the burner cover was metal, it sat on there perfectly. I think it turned out pretty cute. Let me know what you think, and tune in next time on Discovering the Art of Living. And don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the bell icon and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the crafting and creative fun.